All right, it's time for Tuesday Night Lights 7. I can't believe we are this far into the spring semester already, but things are really heating up if they weren't already hot from the 3 CRL Opens, all the LAN qualifiers, all the regional leagues fully underway, everything going on in the CRL space. But March is where things really start getting spicy here, as the good teams need to keep proving themselves, and the teams that have been on the outside looking in have to start making pushes in these qualifier tournaments. But we're back to a full slate of TNL, starting with State of the SEL at 6 Eastern time, so make sure you're there at 6 Eastern, 5 Central for State of the SEL, and then after that it's 4 big partnership show matches following State of the SEL. Partnering with Wisconsin Collegiate Rocket League, partnering with the SEL, and partnering with the Boost on the Beach LAN that will be this weekend in Myrtle Beach. I will be there, so if you're close to Myrtle Beach or already planning on attending, I will see you there. Looking forward to it. But first show match that we've got on the docket is the Wisconsin Collegiate Rocket League show match between the University of Wisconsin Stout and Edgewood College. Two teams that before this spring you probably have not heard of, unless you're in the Wisconsin area. I know Sleeper's heard of them. He's been preaching to me all throughout this semester about the glory of Edgewood College. Timmy Bryant and Pink as Cat kind of burst onto the scene in CRL Open 1 when they made... It was a deep run. I forget exactly where they finished, but in this most recent Open, they finished just outside the top 16, placing 17th on the official start page. I think it's 17th through 20th, as there are 4 teams that finish in that part of the bracket. And they're taking on a stout roster that finished top 64 in the last Open. I think Edgewood definitely have the edge in this series, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the intrastate rivalry brings out of Stout here, who I have never watched before. I'm getting to watch Bob the Huge Man, Volt Destroyer, and Alpha Ray. I think that's the team with the most characters across their 3 names that I've ever had on Tuesday Night Lights, and you can see it in my head-to-head graphic. But I've never watched them play before, and excited to learn about them, excited to see what they can do against Edgewood tonight. Then, in partnership with the SEL, which Tuesday Night Lights kind of always is, but this is actually an SEL-centric show match, because Kennesaw State B and King University are the 2 teams that have been going back and forth at the top of SEL's Tier 2 this season, and they're definitely threats, I think, to make top 12 despite their placement in Tier 2, and they started an argument with each other following the releasing of SEL Power Rankings this past week that each of them deserved the top spot. It was Kennesaw State B that ended up getting it. That TNT infusion is just hard to deny, but I think King took offense to that, and we're going to be seeing exactly who is that top Tier 2 team going into the last chance qualifier tonight. It's a big one, and it won't have any effect on actual last chance qualifier seeding. That's done with a series of tiebreakers in the SEL, but it'll definitely have an effect on the power rankings going into the LCQ, so I'm excited to see this one play out. And next up on the docket is a preview of a group stage match that'll be happening this Saturday at Boost on the Beach in Myrtle Beach. Like I said, I am looking forward to this LAN. I missed out on it last year because I broke my ankle. First LAN I've actually ever missed out on, and it hurt. So I am eager to make that drive over to South Carolina on Friday to watch many teams play, but most importantly, within the context of Tuesday Night Lights, UT Dallas and UNC Charlotte play. UNCC are definitely favorites considering their recent form, how they're dominant in C3, they're dominant in CRL as well, I think contextually. And going into the Myrtle Beach LAN this weekend, I think they've got one of the best shots of taking down Davenport and Concord, who are both going to be there and are expected to be in the grand finals on Sunday. So it should be an interesting story for UNCC, but UT Dallas is a team on the outside looking in that started the season out rough, but they have been improving slowly but surely. And if they can look competitive against UNCC tonight, they really have a good shot this weekend if that's the form they're taking into LAN. So the Comets, I I think with the SEL on Wednesday, with the Boost on the Beach land this weekend, with obviously Tuesday Night Lights tonight, have a big week when it comes to proving themselves and showing why they could be a colleague top 48 team after being left out of the last poll. And then wrapping things up, talking about teams that really are looking to prove themselves. In the final slot, we have a matchup that we played on Central servers, but against two schools that are just about as far apart as possible. Northeastern up in Massachusetts and San Diego State, in California. This is going to be a fun one. SDSU and Northeastern have played before. I forget head-to-head results, but I was told that when they play each other, it typically goes the distance here. So Northeastern's making their Tuesday Night Lights debut against an SDSU team that the last time they played kind of got clipped on by Caribou. That was the last taste of TNL that they had in their mouths. But Akinio reached out to me, and SDSU have been struggling a bit this spring. So I know that they are hungry, they're locked in, they're looking for chances to prove themselves and improve themselves as well, because Akinio wanted this show match, and I'd promised him a slot on this show, and I figure, hey, we'll meld the San Diego states looking for a show match storyline with Northeastern playing at Boost on the Beach this weekend storyline. So this is part of the Boost on the Beach partnership. SDSU will not be there. They are not cross-country running to Myrtle Beach from California, but they are playing a Boost on the Beach contender in Northeastern, who I think are on the same boat as UT Dallas right now. Not in the sense that they've started out slowly, but that this weekend they could be a team that jumps out of the pack when it comes to being competitive with the top dogs at Boost on the Beach. A win against San Diego State tonight, I think, would just further that point. And then, of course, quick predictions here going down the list. This first one, I don't know too much about. I think Edgewood are definitely the favorites here. I'm going to say that the Eagles take it 4-1 over Wisconsin Stouts. And then with King against Kennesaw State, KSU's looked really, really good lately. And King has been a little wavy at times. I'm going to say it goes to Game 7. I'm going to say the Owls take it here, keeping the theme of birds winning tonight going. And then UNCC versus UT Dallas. This should be a 4-1. I feel bad because the last time UTD was on Tuesday Night Lights, I predicted against them against Kennesaw State. And I even think UNCC is a step above KSUB right now. So giving UT Dallas a game is hopeful, but they've been improving. So I think they can take a game, maybe two, off of UNCC, but I'll stick with 4-1 for now. And then wrapping things up, SDSU versus Northeastern. I'm going to say this one goes to 6. I think Northeastern has been in better form lately, even with San Diego State really locking in. So I'm going to say 4-2 Northeastern. And all of that action kicks off tonight, 6 Eastern time for State of the SEL, then 7 for our first show match of the evening within Wisconsin Collegiate Rocket League. And then after that, it's SEL show matches, Boost on the Beach show matches, and then a nightcap for the ages. So make sure you're there at twitch.tv/MrBepic for Tuesday Night Lights 7.